Today, I want to talk about crystals that I found to be that to have a protective quality. Because of course, a lot of these crystals do multiple things. So I'm going to show you a few of them that I use for myself personally that I felt they were protective. And one in particular is Danbarite. Now, if you can see it, you probably can't see because it's so bright in here. But Danbarite is it's it almost looks like it's a quartz, but it has a funny like ledge type shape at the top. And I notice with Danbarite, it brings a lot of light. And whenever you think about protecting yourself, think about the darkness can't reach you if there's so much light. And that's what Danbarite does. That's what I have experienced with Danbarite. And another one that I want to say is Labradorite. This is also a very protective stone. And of course, you can find a lot of jewelry made with Labradorite. And that is really the best way to wear anything that you want to have that would energetically protect you. And black tourmaline. Now, I don't wear much of black tourmaline. I find for myself that black tourmaline is good for cleansing the aura. And you still have to clean the black tourmaline. And I prefer using smoke, like from an incense, or sound to clean the crystal because it absorbs anything that's low vibrational or negative. So this stone, you can buy it in jewelry and you wear it if you would like to wear it. I feel it behaves like if you think about Wonder Woman when she had those bracelets that were like bullets were coming at her and they were being bounced off. That's basically what black tourmaline does. And it also cleans, for me, I use it after I do a Reiki treatment. I use it like a soap to clean my aura. But I also use a bright crystal like a selenite to bring in light. Now, another one is pyrite. And as you know, pyrite has multiple uses. A lot of people use it for um, gaining abundance or attracting abundance, or it can be also used for protection. And lapis, this stone also can be used for protection, and it has a bit of flicks of pyrite in it. I don't use this as much because I don't feel drawn to it. Um, but it's just I know that it does have those type of qualities. And another one is amethyst. And I have worn amethyst before, and it does have protection, and I think mainly psychic protection. Amethyst does. And again, clean it however you choose with, you can run it under water or use incense or even sound. Now, this is one of my favorites for protection, for me personally, because I've used it, is kyanite. Now, this is just a slither of kyanite. I have worn jewelry like earrings or a pendant made of polished piece of kyanite, or you don't even have to have polish, but you can wear it, and I find for myself that it is has protective qualities. And now to the other crystals, the saffordite. I don't know if you could see, but it has a very let me just get see if I can get the right light. It has a brown but lavender kind of purpley color when you see it in the light. And I find that wearing this, because I have a actually it's on here, and this is with Libyan Desert Glass. I find it very protective because it does something with light. That's the only thing I sense from it. It has something about it that transmutes. And Newmite. Let's see if I can get the colors to flash. Newmite is a stone that's from Greenland. And I like this stone because I feel like it has qualities of labradorite because you can see those flashes almost look like how you would see the veins in the labradorite. And it has this black, solid color. And I find this very protective, especially when it's with other stones. Like you could wear this with another stone and it would actually, I feel like it enhances the quality of a protection. And of course, moldavite. Now, moldavite does protect, and I'm going to tell you how and, well, why, because just from my experience. Um, so anyway, at once upon a time, I used to work at a very toxic work environment. And my manager, she wasn't, how can I put it? She was very low vibrational. And around the time that we all needed to come back to the office, um, after the pandemic, just a few days a week, she found it like just in her control kind of way to, you need to sit somewhere different, you need to do this, when there is really no rules, because this was like everything was basically a freestanding desk that they encourage people to move around. So I thought, fine, she's gonna annoy me and stuff like that. Usually I just, okay, I'll usually let other things do the work. So I was wearing one of my Moldavite necklaces. Now, mind you, it doesn't matter how, well, the size or anything, because you got to remember this is in your aura, right? So she sat across from me, and I noticed that she was getting uncomfortable and she was feeling hot because this is what this stone does. Like for all of you who have first experience for using it, it does have a heat to it when it reaches your aura. And you get used to it once you get used to the vibration. So, of course, she's not used to this type of thing. So she eventually was like, I can't sit here. She's like, it's too hot. It's too hot. I was like, okay, I knew what it was. So she moved to another seat. And I have to say, she never sat near me again. And it's funny because other people who've sat near me or anything, they haven't had, even with the same jewelry I had on, didn't have that experience. Because when you're dealing with negative energy, when you have something on you or you are presenting something that's higher up than the vibration, they can't reach you and it feels uncomfortable for them. So I'm not saying it's just moldavite because any of these stones would do the same, but the heat aspect definitely was from this stone. So another one is Libyan desert glass. Now, Libyan desert glass is also a tektite like moldavite. This stone is just still a little bit softer in its approach. It's not as, you're not going to get the heat from it. I mean, I didn't get heat from it. It's just a very mild vibration. It's not really as intense as moldavite. I also know because it is a yellowy, bright stone, so it does have that frequency to protect your solar plexus. And I do like the energy of this as far as energetic protection. Now, these other two that I have, this is Darwinite. Now, Darwinite is from Australia, Tasmania, and it's also a tektite. The thing about this is you would have to carry it in like a bag or something on you because I have not found any jewelry made of Darwinite. It's like a brown, deep brown type of glass. And I find the energy quite earthy, very grounding, even though it's a tektite, which you would think because it's mixed with an impact of a meteorite or some type of a event like that, that it would be the same intensity of like a moldavite or a Libyan desert glass. But I don't get that. When I have it on me, I don't feel that. I feel it's very grounding. Now, this one, which seen a lot of these come from Asia. It's like you may see them called like Tibetan tektites or the black tektites. Now, I have experienced this as being very protective. I don't have any jewelry like of this, but I'm not sure if I think there is jewelry made with like a tektite, but it is quite protective feeling with it. So I just wanted to also mention because since we're talking about protection and those type of things, I also wanted to mention about using your own mind because sometimes you don't have a crystal with you or you don't have your necklace on, and your mind is a very powerful tool. For example, I mean, for those of us who have worked or still working in toxic workplaces, and there are some difficult personalities that you may have to deal with, especially in meetings or customers. The best thing that I found for myself um, is to visualize. You can visualize your own boundaries. You can visualize them in any kind of shape, way, or form. Also, for me, my personal favorite visualization for protection is a mirror, a two-way mirror. And once you have this visualization of this two-way mirror in the front of you, you're using the intent of you're able to see out, they're not able to see in, meaning your energy, see your energy within you. Because that's where a lot of the toxicness of workplaces like bullying and things like that. And I will give another experience about that. There was one time I was in a meeting, we boardroom meeting, a whole team, and there was two women that, the thing is, you it's just that whole high school, how girls or women, trying to start something, all that stuff. So they're sitting across from me. Whisper, whisper, blah, 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 all this stuff. So, obviously they want my attention, but I'm here for the meeting and I am ready for it to be over so I can leave and get on with my work. So, I thought to myself, I said, you know what? Let me start trying the things that I practice. So I visualized a mirror. I sat there, visualized a mirror in the front of me, a two-way mirror. I'm looking out that mirror. They're looking at the mirror. And I noticed once I'm getting in this visualization, their reaction. And the reaction was odd, but I observed. They started to put their arms across them, like their cells, like as if they were cold. They even mentioned to each other, "What's the temperature in here? Is there the air con on?" And I thought to myself, they're basically receiving what they're sending. So these type of things are very powerful and they're defensive. You're not hurting anyone. And it's best to know what you can do to protect your own energy, because if you don't protect your own energy, you end up with stress, burnout, um, just lots of issues, sleepless nights, those type of things. So it's very important that protection starts with your energy first. And if you feel at the end of the day that you feel heavy or, you know, because this is something that I also observed after I worked there and experienced, I'm like, when you don't have energy after work for sitting all day and just on your computer, what can make you tired? The only thing that can make you tired is dealing with negative energy. So I would come home, take a shower, preferably with anything that has lemon in it. So any soaps or anything, you don't have to do that, but you could find your own ritual and routine that you would want to do. You can just do clean, clear, whatever. You could just say something in the shower. But as long as you use water, something to get that energy off of your energetic field and system. So I hope this information was helpful. That's all I can think about right now. But if anything else comes to me about energy protection and boundaries, I will share it with you. And thank you for listening.